God, I'm being outclassed here. Is it terrible?
They find them a little bit too hairy, most of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was in Blake 7. I played Vargas, the ruler of Cygnus Alpha. Do you want to see me in action?
Yes.
Well, here we go.
We have to turn the sound down.
Do you think I would hesitate to kill you? Now take this ship back to Cygnus Alpha.
No! I was their priest! I shall return to them and
I like the plimsolls you were wearing.
Yes. Well,
I like the fact you've never been typecast.
I've never suffered from that. Yes.
You're going to be in the remake?
No, I'm not. No, love, I'm not in that, love. No, I'm not in that. No.
You're calling him love, too.
What? What did you say, darling?
You're too timing.
Alan, I think you're lovely.
Thank you.
I think you're gorgeous. You're my second choice after Paul.
Perms
are making a comeback. It's been put down to shows like Ashes to Ashes. Can you remember any famous perms from the 80s?
Kevin Keegan had a big perm, didn't he? That was a very famous one.
We got Keegan with the perm tail. Let's have a look. Yes, that was taken 1983, and in 1985 we got Bonnie Tyler with permed hair. And this is from 1986, Ian and Paul with perms. Darlings!
Paul, you look a bit like that child genius who was the...
The antique expert, yes.
Yeah.
Even though Harpo Marx's mum.
And Ian, you look like a very startled King Charles Spaniel.
No, just a very startled King Charles. They're going to execute me! Why does King Charles speak like Brian Blessed? They're going to execute me!
The perm is popular again, and the inventor of the perm was a German called Charles Nessler. He perfected his process in 1906 using a mixture of water and cow urine, because you're worth it. The science fiction series Blake 7 is to be revived. According to the Blake 7 website, the programme was notorious for its elementary continuity errors. Not in my day. Which means at the
That's
end
a fantastically elaborate
Thank
plot
you
for
very
that
much.
tune.
I spared no expense with this one. It really is. I mean,
You could be in 300.
I could. I'm too loud. I was too loud for it. I'd have scared all the Spartans. They were Nancy boys. They were puffs.
And what were you called in Z-Cars?
Fancy Smith.
Does anyone remember what this programme used to be like?
Right, it's time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication, Portable Restroom Operator. But it's for fans of toilets everywhere, and let's face it, every toilet needs a fan. I know mine does.
So what did you do when you were up Mount Everest?
I was actually 3/4 away up Mount Everest at one stage, Paul.
Yeah.
I were in a tight tent at about 26,000 feet, Embleman Adams, David Hoyland and myself, and we were about to go for the summit the next day.
Yeah.
A terrible, a 4-mile drop, and suddenly David Embleman Adams said, I must have a shit. Oh, God, with this tent, you know. Christ, let him get across. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. He went out. Said, Christ, tie him on, he'll fall down the face. He got onto the rope, we tied him off. He went over there, had a shit, came back. And we're getting back into the snow's coming in good. Well, we might as well make a brew. So we might have made a brew of tea, all clamped together, 4 of us. And suddenly, David Hoyland suddenly says to me, there's a terrible smell of shit. And I looked, and there was a turd on Embleman Adams' shoulder. And what he had done was, he'd had a shit, the wind had carried up in the air, and then, in a lull in the weather, come down and land on his shoulder.
You know, when I asked the question, I had no idea what the answer was going to be.